Hey, you guys, good afternoon. Hope all is well. Everything is a-okay, not 100%, probably like 60% okay for me. Yeah, I kind of got in my feelings over the weekend, you guys, because sometimes when we're going through a lot, it's hard to always stay positive, and I'm human, so I'm here to tell you that it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to wish that your life was better, because I know I go through it. So long story short, just was a couple of hurdles I had to overcome, and it's kind of like make you feel frustrated because you keep thinking to yourself, if I'm giving out so much good energy, why am I receiving it? Right? Because we were taught as kids that good people, good things happen to them. But unfortunately, reality sinks in, and we learn the hard way that a lot of times in life is harder for those that are trying to do good, because it's easier to be evil than it is to do a random act of kindness. That's how I'm perceiving it. And so now you sit back and think, wow, the morals of life that we were taught, we're starting to see the real world. The real world is surrounded by so much evil, unfortunately. So how do we continue to fight this battle when we're surrounded through so much evil? And I'm starting to be so confused. Like, is it a lesson or a blessing, or is it what do we get out of life? Lessons, blessings. You got to choose and pick which one is considered a blessing, which one is considered a lesson. I think out of a lot of life battles, everything has a lesson, and we have to be our own teachers, right? And educate ourselves to figure out what the lesson is. So during the trials that we are going through, I came to the conclusion that my overall lesson that I need to obtain is the knowledge, that understanding that we have to pull back our care factors. And I know some of you guys have hearts bigger than the sun, but unfortunately in the world we live in, we have to pull it back. We have to, in order to protect ourselves. You got to put yourself first. I was used to putting myself third, fourth, and fifth, but I learned that is not always a good thing to do, because in the end it drains the good out of you. So you can pull back and be okay with it to an extent, meaning it's okay to say no when people are asking you to do something out of your comfort zone. Meaning, like, if somebody say, I need you to go do this and do that, and you normally say yes, it's okay to say, you know what, I can't today, I'm tired. I'm just tired, I can't. Normally, I'll be the type to lose sleep to help somebody. Now I learned you got to say, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm tired, let's reschedule or do whatever. Give them options, but don't break your neck anymore. I know that might sound like, no, but I'm being honest with you of how I'm looking at things, what my lesson was taught to me. This might not be your lesson, but this is my lesson I want to share with you guys. Because I know some of you guys are going through probably 10 times more than I'm going through. But as I'm going through it, the lesson I'm finding out is stop over caring. You have to just say, I don't care. Even to an extent of saying, I don't care about these people that are stalking you. This is my thing. I was watching the news in regards to Jackie Lacey. If you guys do not know who she is the district attorney. She's going through a lot of trauma and drama, let's put it that way, in regards to the association of people not agreeing with whatever she is doing in terms to her sentencing when it comes to police brutality. Okay, I don't know my standpoint on that to give you a background, so it's something that you'll have to research on your own. But I listened to her speech, and her speech falls in place to what we're going through. She said, I haven't spoke out to you guys, but I want to tell you guys that I've been harassed to the point I'm being followed. People just taking pictures of me. I went to the museum, and some people just randomly came up to me and said some things to me. She was like, I can't even go out without someone following me and taking a picture and causing harassment. She said, I even got mail, like threats in the mail and such and such. And I'm looking like, Miss Lacey, we understand why you going through it, but as a target, we don't know why we're going through it, but we're going through the same thing you are. But you are a public figure where people get to see your job, get to see who the person you are, and they make their own opinions off of what they're seeing, right? Us, we're blindsided by these tactics that are happening to us. But like I said, some people are going through it too. So the outcome was she ended up pulling a gun. Her husband had pulling a gun on one of the people that was harassing her at her home. Okay. Do I feel she has a right to do that? In my opinion, I feel yes. You own somebody's property trespassing, just like the stalkers we have. You get what I'm trying to say? So she has the right to protect herself and her family. Why do people really think it's okay to trespass, follow, harass, say vulgar things to people that they don't even know, that they have not even sat down and broke bread with? I don't know. But the moral of the story, the thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is that somebody said, well, gosh, how do you deal with that? She said, unfortunately, going through all this made me realize how strong of a person I really am. And I looked at TV like, I agree. Us being targets and dealing with this, it really make us look at how strong you really are. You're 10 times stronger than the next person. Because let me tell you, I don't think that a lot of people can walk in their shoes, and a lot of people haven't. If you ever sit back and wonder why some people commit suicide and we never knew why, they could have been targeted and going through minor stuff that we are going through, and they can't stand it and can't stand to live life dealing with this. As a target, we don't get up and hope the best. It's sad that we get up and think the worst because we're so used to that as a norm. We get up and be like, oh my God, I wonder what's going to happen today. Most people get up and like, I know it's going to be a good day. We try to process our thinking patterns to think that, but it's hard when you constantly bombarded with something negative. Every time I go somewhere and I have to conduct a task, something as simple as going to the doctor visit, things happen. So I always think like, oh, I already know that's going to happen. Like I currently went to the doctor visit and he was trying to pull up my information and it kept saying some crazy stuff. And he was like, this never happened to me before. I get that a lot when it comes to people meeting me and they see weird things happen. This never happened. I'm looking like I get it a lot. And he was wondering like why I had so much patience, because I walk into a situation with the mind frame like something ain't gonna go right. So be prepared to stay longer than a normal person. And if you go into there with that mindset, you won't be set up to fail. So that's why I said don't care so much. And then I'm gonna close it with this because I don't want to talk too long. Another thing I want to tell you guys why you shouldn't care. You have control over these people. They lack the intelligence needed to be individuals. And the reason why I said that is somebody gets up to follow you to the point where they got to jump up with a leopard robe on in the middle of the night to come out so you can see them walking by. It's something wrong with your mindset, right? Would you agree? Because let me tell you what happened to me. There's this lady, her husband, they want to make sure I see them every day. So a friend came over. I jumped up to go say hi to the friend. She runs out with a leopard coat on looking like she about to walk down Figueroa. If y'all not from LA, Figueroa is where the prostitutes work. Just so I can see her. And I looked like we started laughing because I didn't know it was her. I was like, who is that? That's weird. That's awkward. Then I looked, I said, oh, so they're doing that just so we can see him. Lost no sleep. That was funny to me. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like, dang, I control your every move that much that you would embarrass yourself just so I can see you. I didn't know I had that much power. So to me, it possesses my mindset to say, like, I have a lot of power. And then you got to think about it. There was this man standing in front of my son's school. You can tell he had a mental illness because he was talking to himself, dirty clothing. He was undressing himself. They're so controlled, you guys, that they see this man has a mental illness and they rather put their focus on me than the man that can cause potential harm to their children. Me, I start worrying about this man, like he in front of these kids, he's undressing himself, and y'all too busy worrying about me. Then that goes to show you are robots. If they don't tell you who to go after, even if it screams the obvious, you're not gonna go after them because you didn't give the instructions to do so. So that showed me more that they had lacked the intelligence for me to be worrying about them, because they're going off of what they heard and not what they know. They're not trusting their own mind and their own thoughts to make a right decision to help save themselves. Meaning someone told you, watch this person may be a criminal. They have not given you no proof. They have not given you no vital evidence, but this person is possessing evidence that he has a mental illness and crazy, but your attention is turned on the one that you don't even know about. So that's when I pulled back and said, yeah, I need to fall back, because this is crazy. Like, these people lack so much intelligence that if somebody don't get in no control or no command, they not gonna follow suit. So think about those things today, you guys, and I hope you feel better. I'm trying to push myself to feel better, but I was down, because I got to deal with it. That's all I can say. I got to deal with it. Life goes on. Who cares? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like this truck right here, I'm gonna see him every time I get off work. It doesn't feel, look how slow he's driving. He probably gonna pull over and park right next to me, because that's what they do. But what can you do about it, you guys? They didn't say nothing to you, so you don't have, I feel, what's the point of saying something to them? Get it? You control their move, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You possess a whole bunch of power. You should feel big-headed instead of less than. You're greater than. Because like I said, y'all, it was raining and stuff. I had people running outside in the rain just because I left something in my car and they got to go outside. That is power. I don't know about you, but when I see that, I start laughing like, dang, I feel great. I feel like they need to say, oh, hell, the queen.